Hey everyone, Coaster Curious George here, hope you're doing well. So I'm at Thorpe Park today and I'm just on the bridge right now, and I've come here just for the afternoon just to see how things are going and how things are all riding. But also I know that Fright Night attractions have now started to be put up as well, so I want to see what's there, and in particular there is a new scare zone, so I want to see if there's anything like that here as well. So let's do this, let's go. So Stitches is looking really good so far, so I like how it's all going. Thorpe are putting a lot of work and effort into building it. It's certainly very far from the finished article yet. It's just a big white tent for the time being, so the exterior needs to be decorated, all the interior stuff all needs to be sourced out as well. But yeah, no, it's all looking really good so far. It was very cool as well to see how like certain things are... oh, there goes Colossus. It's certainly very cool to see how certain things were recycled as well, like seeing on the toy blocks, you see like the TNT sign, which I seem to recall that was in the Angry Birds land before it became Big Easy Boulevard. So very cool to see stuff like that as well, and how they're being, all these resources are being very cleverly used. But it was a really good maze last year. Stitches was. There was all sorts of things like you had acts outside as well, and they were like acting very creepy. There was all the music playing. I couldn't hear any audio testing, but that did happen last year, closer towards the Fright Night. So I'm sure that will come with time. I also had a look around the sort of the other side of Colossus as well to see if Walking Meadow, any progress had been made on that. I couldn't see anything yet. So that's in between Colossus and the lake. So no, I couldn't see anything just yet. But I mean, that's a fan favourite, so I'm sure it will return. So let's see what else is going on. Let's see what other Fright Night preparations are in place here at the park today. So I thought I'd go check out the Mega Store just since I was in that area, and I couldn't see any merchandise that was exclusively Fright Night, or at least not from just a quick glance anyway. There was horror stuff for sure, with Saw being a horror themed ride, but nothing specifically for Fright Nights. And right now next to Walking Dead, I can't resist a ride on Walking Dead. It's still a good fun family coaster, so yeah, let's do this. So I just come off the Walking Dead and I got a Road 2 ride, and that was a very weird ride experience. Now, the roller coaster itself it's an old Vekoma, which is very smooth, so I mean that's nothing unusual. But there's definitely been theming updates. So on the ride itself, there's definitely a lot more multicolours. There's more theming pieces, there's more air effects that I noticed. So that was a nice touch. So I think Thorpe Park have been looking after The Walking Dead. But in the queue line as well, there was also a lot more features, things like you could see more. So there's more lighting, more like fake alarms and alerts. There was also like temporary periods of darkness meant to simulate power outages. And there was actually quite a big queue, so it was actually nice to spend some time enjoying that and seeing all the other bits and pieces inside the queue line as well. And something that did not happen, but was nice, not happened previously, but was nice because it gave me a chance to admire more of the queue line, was the fact that the building reached maximum capacity. Now, I know theoretically all these rides and buildings do have maximum capacity, but I've never seen that before in The Walking Dead, so I was the only one in the single rider queue, and I was there for a long period of time, just because they were trying to work through, all the guests. So the operations were a little slower than usual, but it was still good fun. Yeah, still worth the ride, 100% if you want to visit. So I'm going to head over towards Hyperia. I saw it doesn't have a long queue, so I'll do that, and then also check out the sort of Deadbeat trailers as well, see if there's anything going on there for Fright Night. So let's do this, let's go. Walking past the Ghost train always reminds me that it doesn't have great throughput, so if you do want to ride it, you typically do need to queue early, because it normally has a delayed opening at 12, so you normally want to be like queuing maybe like half 11 or even before that if you do want to do it. There are definitely a few more bits and pieces around trailers. So I think I saw like fake barbed wire. There are definitely posters up, like fake like movie posters for like the 8 dolls and the Super Sparks at cinema. Things that I don't recall being there earlier this year. So I think they are working on that as well. And I know trailers is returning anyway this year, which is great. 'Cause it's good fun. So it's nice. I think there has been some work done, so it's nice to see Thorpe working on this some more. The main reason for me coming to Thorpe Park today was not to check out Cadbury's artwork, but I can't believe I've never noticed that before. Anyway, that's nice to see. So let's go check out Deadbeat and Hyperia. So with Deadbeat, there's not a huge amount going on in terms of new stuff here. I mean, you can still see posters for like DJ Kimmy Stroh and that sort of thing. So there's not much else to see here. But I'm still excited to see, the Deadbeat sign, all this stuff nevertheless. It was a fun maze last year with some cool surprises as well that I did get to see behind the scenes. So I do recommend doing the behind the scenes tour of Deadbeat if it's available. It was just such a good fun maze. But yeah, there's nothing much yet. The one criticism I had of it was difficult to understand what the story was. And I thought it was like a sort of like this haunted nightclub. Sorry, there goes Colossus. I'll wait for it to pass. There we go. So I had difficulty understanding what the story was, and I had to be told by the staff it was like a comparison between light and dark and sort of like going into the underworld. So what I'd love to see is them emphasise the story a bit more this year. But I'm excited to try it again. I'll definitely bring a review as well when I go for Fright Night. I'm in the Hyperia queue line. The single rider doesn't look too big, so I'll probably queue for this, get another good ride from Hyperia, and I'll let you know how it's riding afterwards. Okay, so I've just come off Hyperia, and it was a fun ride as usual. The throughput wasn't great this time, though. I was in the single rider queue, and that was much longer than expected. And I don't think single rider was being used to like sort of maximum efficiency. But I mean, it was still a fun ride. I got both feet a little bumpy, but I mean, just the usual sentiments I've echoed previously. Good airtime. It's just a really fun ride. So no major complaints at all. It's clearly the premier attraction here at Thorpe Park. So just really good fun. So I'm going to head over towards Stealth because I know they have normally the supports for like Creature Campus at Fright Night, which hopefully should be up. So I want to go see if they're available now. So go check out what the situation is. So let's do this. So there's nothing sort of Fright Night related around the Stealth area, and I know from announcements on the Thorpe Park website that Creature Campus is returning this year, and I don't know about other live shows or not. Also, there's no sign of anything like Lucifer's Lair around the sort of ghost train type area, and I know that the VIP event Lucifer's Damnation is returning, which I've also done, where they humiliate you around the park and you're chased by by Satan's minions, but there's no sign of that either. However, Stealth has a 40-minute queue, so I can't bother to queue for that. However, Destinated is about 20 minutes, so that's an amazing drop tower, so I'm going to go there now, and let's do this. Okay, so I've just come off Detonator, and I can't get over how good of a drop tower that is. I mean, it's not even really a drop tower, it accelerates you downwards, so it's so intense. And so I absolutely love it. It really is a hidden gem here at Thorpe Park. I would still say that my favourite drop tower overall is Highlander at Hansa Park, but it's still very good. I noticed that Nemesis Inferno has a 20-minute queue, and it looked pretty empty from the top of the Detonator, so I'm going to go give it a go, and let's see how it's doing. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same as always, smooth, comfortable, fast, just nice and intense. But yeah, let's do this. So I've just come off Nemesis Inferno, and as usual, it's riding really well. It was very smooth, smooth enough that I could have my hands up the entire time with no head banging or rattling, which is fantastic. Even around the interlocking corkscrews, it was very smooth. I mean, it's aged so well, in Nemesis Inferno. It is a great little B&M. I know it gets a lot of hate, the comparison with the original Nemesis. If you treat it as a standalone B&M, it's a little bit of a star, I think. Same with Monster and Grunland as well. That really impressed me too. So overall, it was excellent. Definitely worth a ride, and one of my favourites here at Thorpe Park. So I'm going to head over to the Swarm Island now, just because I know Survival Games is over there. So I'm going to see if there's any updates there too. I've not seen anything regarding the new Scare Zone that has been announced yet, so work might not have started on it yet, don't know. However, one thing I did see in the Nemesis Inferno exit, I did see Thorpe Park staff in an area where, a guest like myself would not normally go, with Fright Night t-shirts, so who knows, it might be related. But anyway, yeah, let's head over to the Swarm and see what's going on. So it looks like Tidal Wave has had an early close at 5 p.m. So the park today is open until 7, so I wasn't expecting that to have an early close. Not that I was planning on riding Tidal Wave today, but I mean, it's just something I wasn't expecting. Although I have considered coming back for Fright Night and trying to get a night ride on Tidal Wave, which is insane. But I mean, I've given that consideration, so I might have to give that a go. Anyway, let's go to Swarm. So the marquee is often used for Fright Night events, and last year I recall you had like the breakfast with the Buckbeast event in here, and when they're like Lift Hill Clunge, for example, the marquee is often where you have everyone like gathers and meets and gets debriefing. So I'll be curious to see what it's done this year.
It's
the ride I like. It feels great to be back in Swarm Island. It's such a well-done area with a little bit of that sort of Merlin magic making that I love so much. So yeah, let's go check out the queue line. Let's go see how long it is, and let's go see how Swarm is riding. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I've just come off the Swarm, but not just once or twice. I've been lapping it more or less non-stop since about 5:30, so about an hour and a half. So I definitely deserve a break after that. That was quite a marathon, but it's running so well. I mean, it's smooth. It's an old school B&M. I mean, I've said these sentiments before when doing like a brief sort of reaction short, and it was just running really well. It's all good. One thing that disappointed me was on a previous occasion they played the song one more time, when on the last train of the day, but they didn't do that this time. So apparently it was overused. They couldn't use it again, which is such a shame. But it's still excellent. I mean, Swarm Island just looks great anyway. I mean, yeah, if I just show, just behind me. Everything looks great. I mean, the station looks awesome. It's not great when it's raining, but I mean, otherwise it's, just looks awesome. All over here as well. Yeah, it's all really good. One very unusual thing that I didn't notice as well, the lake is just behind me, also just in front of me, and this is where you have like the bank turn over water with the helicopter, and the helicopter is still spewing steam or like fog. But what's puzzling is there's no water in the lake, and that was very strange. I wasn't sure what that was at first, but I realised there's no water there. So that's very, very unusual. So maybe they're doing some further work on that. Not sure. Could be anything. So I'm just leaving Swarm Island now. I should also point out as well, there's not really much you can see regarding survival games as a maze, since basically there's a big gate that stops you from seeing anything into the actual area, just like off the park. However, from the top of the Swarm lift hill, so if you're riding on the left-hand side, you can see some stuff there, and you can see the building there, and it's looking, just the same as it did during Halloween. I thought I could see some stuff going on, but I'm not certain of that, so don't hold me to that. But I mean, I remember seeing on the Thorpe Park website they've confirmed that it is coming back for this year, so it'll be exciting to see what's going on with it and how it compares to previous years, if there's any major upgrades, that sort of thing. So it's just the end of the day now, and the staff here at Thorpe Park are just working their way through the remaining guests, just clearing out the rides. I love the Thorpe Park skyline. Once it's closed and it's starting to get dark, be around dusk. It really is beautiful. So since it's the end of the day, let's go check out some of the birch in the main dome shop, and then we can call it a day. So that concludes this day here at Thorpe Park, and overall it's been a really good day. The length of the Hyperia queue was a bit of a downside. However, I lapped the swarm for a good hour and a half, so that more than made up for it. So it was great. It's been lovely weather. It's been an awesome day in general, especially with how quiet it was toward the end of the day. The riders are all riding well, so Swarm in particular, I could definitely say how well that's riding right now, and it's great to see some stuff for Stitchers as well. The scare maze going up too, which is great. And I can also see as well, I've noticed there's an expansion of the amount of merch that's offered here at Thorpe Park as well, so that was interesting. Some of the jumpers as well look very high quality, so they definitely look good. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this content, then please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel a lot. And the next trip will most likely be back to Legoland Windsor. I want to check out the new entrance. I understand this has been constructed. And there's a few other updates as well, things like the stunt show. I think it's only on for this month, so I'd like to try and see that. Maybe check out the adventure golf. So I'd like to do a few things. So thanks a lot. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care of yourself. All the best.